how to prepare for greater organizational AI maturity. At the start of April this year, we had our Advancing AI conference in Melbourne. Excellent couple days for everyone that came along. One of the presentations there was from Grant Case from Dataiku, and he made this excellent point that today in organizations, organizations usually have less than 15 models in production at the moment. And to create those models, it's a small number of models compared to what we could have, having AI embedded everywhere in the organization. It's a 15 or 10 to 15 or 10 to 20. It's a small number of models. Each model typically takes a long time to create, adds a lot of value. The use cases need to be decided and prioritized and defined very clearly to work on the most important things. That's kind of like where the industry is at right now. Going forward, we're going to get to a world where every organization has thousands of models in production. So we're going to go from 10 to 20 to 100 to 200 to 6 to 700 to 1,000 to 2,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 plus models in production. Now, I find that super exciting, a little bit scary, but it's definitely the world that we want, to have AI embedded throughout the organization, in ideally supporting every decision, in every process, etc. We want to move to that world of having thousands and thousands of models in each of our organizations. So for that, what we'll find is that the value being added by each model is going to decrease over time, that we're going to need to find ways to create models a lot easier, and that we're going to have to come up with processes to deploy and automation to monitor and serve these models at scale in a way that then we have confidence that the models are still performing as expected, and we're going to need to track that the data going into the models is similar to the data that the models were trained on, and if not, have an alert and go back to the retraining. All this is something that a world that is coming up for all of us, something that we should start preparing for. And personally, it's one of the reasons why I like AutoML solutions, and that can be open source AutoML, and there's really good packages in R and in Python. There's obviously vendor solutions that help us with AutoML, and the way that I like to apply it is AutoML gives us a first pass of models, gives us the first benchmark and something that we can deploy at scale. So having then our teams can focus on capturing the right data, preparing the right data, choosing the problem that we're going to be solving. But once we have prepared data sets, we can make heaps and heaps of models used across the organization. We can create them very quickly. We can deploy them. We can monitor them. We can start the adoption process, the change management, which will take a lot longer, and then having them in production, hopefully creating that value. So I see AutoML as something that can help us get there. Something else that was discussed in a separate session during Advancing AI was how we need to empower more people to be able to create AI. So I'll have a separate video about that. But for this one, think about this, and definitely open up my eyes and my mind that in the future, organizations are going to have thousands of models, and that's where we're heading. So how do we get there faster? I think AutoML is a key component. Obviously, MLOps, data engineering, having good data sets prepared, and start to think about how we can improve that, or how we can get there faster. It's going to be an exciting journey. We're all going to do it together. Let's continue the conversation in the Data Futurology community. I hope this has been useful. Let me know your thoughts below, and see you in the next video.